this conference because it's a subject matter that's near and dear to my heart as someone living with hemophilia. I have gone through lots of joint damage and really suffered the consequences of the pain and difficulty and even having corrective surgery that's required through joint disease. But I do want to talk a little bit today about how you can avoid that. And one of the things that we're addressing in this conference is about mental health and even the gymnastics you have to do internally and emotionally as you kind of navigate. Do I need surgery? Do I not need the surgery? Do I infuse more? Do I need to change my treatment plan? Do I need to communicate with my doctors more? All of those questions are things that we're going to address during this conference. And I really hope that you can attend the live sessions because it'll give you an opportunity to answer questions from some of our expert presenters who will be a part of this conference. But it's going to happen live on September 15th and 16th. You do not want to miss out on this. And you can go and register on our website at hope-charities.org. You can find all the information with the speakers and the descriptions. And if you can only come to one session, that's okay. If you can come to more, even better. I think there's a lot of great topics that you're going to really want to learn from there. We're also giving away a lot of prizes. We're going to have so much fun. We're giving gift cards away in every breakout session. We're doing some amazing grand prizes. If you're able to come for a couple of days, you actually will be able to participate in the grand prize drawing with a 2-day vacation for 2 people in in Florida. It's going to be an awesome vacation. So you want to check that out. There's a lot of great things going on there you want to learn more about. If you have any questions, you can always email us. But the big thing is get on the website and go register right now for this amazing event so you can plug in and hear all of the amazing sessions that are going to be presented. A lot of questions come up sometimes is, are these sessions going to be available after the fact? Can you watch them later? And the quick answer to that is no, you got to participate in the live session. So we want you there. The long answer is we hope to have a couple of sessions that may be available to you, but a lot of times for legal reasons, we cannot publish every session. So we're constricted by that. So get in the live sessions, even if you listen to it while you're working out, or maybe you're sitting at work during a downtime, you can listen on your lunch break or something like that. We've got a lot of great offerings for you to be able to participate live. Plus, all the giveaways are done live, so you have to be present to win. So make sure you take a key point on looking at that. But right now, I wanted to invite Dr. Fernando Reyes to join me here today to talk a little bit more about his session coming up on improving your mental and physical health. And Fernando, it is great to see you. Thank you so much for jumping in here with me on this pre-event podcast, and also for speaking at our upcoming event. I'm super excited about your sessions and look forward to hearing more about what you have to say. Thanks for joining me.
Good afternoon, Jonathan. It's great to be with you here this Labor Day weekend. Happy Labor Day to everybody. So yeah, I'm super excited to be working in partnership with Hope and Octapharma, and looking forward to this presentation. Yes.
Awesome. Me too. I know you have so many good things to say. And maybe for people who are just now tuning in, maybe this is the first time that they're being introduced to you and some of your background. So why don't you tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you're impacted by the bleeding disorder community?
Absolutely. Yes, that's a good question. I am from El Paso, Texas. We're located in West Texas. And, some have dubbed or nicknamed El Paso the Mexican food capital of the United States. And I'm also a severe hemophilia factor 8 patient. I work in the community as a college counselor. I have a background as a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in mental health therapy. And I really think I'm excited about this presentation, Jonathan, because I'm excited to have that discussion about keeping our joints healthy. I truly believe that when we look good, we feel good about ourselves. So, we really got to be proactive and take care of those knees, the ankles, and our elbows, because those help us in our daily lives. And the less pain we experience, the more we could face the world with that smile. Because sometimes even when we're having discomfort, people can see that grimace, that difficulty on our face. So yeah.
So true. It's so true. I know you had mentioned to me one time recently about how people didn't always know that you had hemophilia, but they could see you walking and could tell something was off. And so, Talk to me a little bit about that. Why are you so passionate about this joint health conversation? Because I think, as someone when living with hemophilia myself, I know that I've really struggled with some joint health issues, and seeing where we are today, I think a lot of that's largely avoidable, but it's a marathon, right? You got to do the right things long enough to be able to have good outcomes. And there's a lot of things that go into that. It's not just purely your treatment regimen with your infusions. Sometimes it has to do with a whole lot of other things, including your own positive outlook for being healthy as a whole person, right?
Absolutely, Jonathan. I definitely think that both mental health and joint health are on a constant continuum. Nobody can just sort of
Mhm.
kind of say, okay, I took care of my mental health and I took care of my joint health. It's done, right? It's that to-do list has been done. It's always on a continuum. And there's part of my discussion uh, on the upcoming discussion that I'll have with Hope is about being a little bit proactive in terms of our physical activity and also maintaining sort of a healthy weight. I believe, as a patient myself, I've noticed that as the weight goes up, the joint quality or the joint discomfort also goes up. So I've noticed that correlation. If I'm putting some extra pounds, the joints start to get a little bit more discomfort. And I've noticed that if I'm proactive and I try to eat right, try to move a little bit, and of course, always with the blessing of my HTC, with the blessing of my physical therapist, we can come up with a little routine, something that doesn't is not counterproductive, something that doesn't hurt me, but something that benefits me. There's this one doctor, Dr. Rivera, that has always said, if we don't move, we will start to oxidize. So I think it's really important to, keep that motion going. And again, ultimately, if we feel good about ourselves, okay, if we look good, then we're going to feel good. And I think that's a really strong correlation.
It's so true, and sometimes I think just you're believing that it's possible that I think we can get stuck in this mindset that if we think that we're just doomed to fail because of our pain that we've lived with, I think we can get in a rut that's very difficult to pull ourselves out of, and to your point, there are little things you can do every day that can help lead to better outcomes, but you've gotta believe that that's possible. You have to actually it starts with your mind. I think a lot of times people think, well, gosh, we're talking about joints. Why are we talking about mental health? I mean, to me, having a good, appropriate mindset for your outcomes and managing your own expectations plays a huge role into your overall joint health. It plays a huge role into your how you manage your hemophilia as a whole. I know for me, I went through physical therapy and I've had 10 major joint surgeries, and my last one in particular was on my right elbow. And I just decided in my mind, I just decided I was going to really push it with physical therapy. And it required me to do some modifications with my doctor to help really improve that. But I had to believe first that something I could have a better outcome than what I had experienced before. And it became true because I was really leaning into that positivity, that optimistic view that, you know what, I don't have to be just condemned to whatever the joint pain is that I'm suffering with at this moment. I can do something about it today, and it might be a long road, but you got to stay inspired, which takes community, it takes encouragement, it takes the right messaging. And that's what I love about this presentation you're going to be talking about, is how to do that through all kinds of things. So, feeding your mind the right information, your thought life, exercise, staying active, and also controlling what you eat. You are what you eat, right? That's the old adage, and it's really true.
Absolutely. Listening to what you just said, Jonathan, it sounds to me like you ultimately devised a plan, a goal, an objective that to reach. And that's probably, that keeps you both physically moving and mentally moving, aspiring to reach a goal, to reach an objective. And in this case, it was a healthy objective that was going to towards the end, or when you reach it, you were going to probably increase the quality of your life. So I'm very glad to hear that
Yeah.
that you've gone through that, and what a great thing. Like you said, you're doing the physical therapy, so I can only imagine you know you're working maybe in conjunction with your physical therapist, your HTC, your orthopedic doctor, and using all those resources, right? To if we can feel a little bit better each and every day, that's a worthwhile goal. So absolutely.
That's so true. I love that. Well, I'm really looking forward to this session that you're going to be presenting a whole lot of information on all this. It's going to be really helpful. It's on September 16th at 1 p.m. Central Time. So, for those of us, our friends who are on the East and West Coast, make sure you plan your calendar accordingly. But thank you so much, Fernando, for being willing to do this talk and session and making yourself available. Kindred Spirit obviously is a blood brother, but also just appreciate your striving to help make our whole community better, for addressing this very, very, very important issue of how we control our thoughts and feed ourselves the right things in order to have the best outcomes from just the long road that we all have to live on, right?
Absolutely, yes. So
Great.
look
Well, I look forward
forward.
to seeing you
Yeah.
soon. All right. Take care. Wow, I am so excited about that session. And Fernando is a fantastic speaker. If you haven't heard him speak yet, you're in for a treat. Make certain that you tune in to his breakout session live at September 16th at 1 p.m. Another great thing about coming to this session live is you're going to be able to ask him some questions about your circumstances. So make certain that you come prepared and you're listening and you're ready to take notes, and then also be able to ask some of your questions that are really on your mind for how you can improve your own mental health. And so, big thank you to Octapharma for sponsoring this, and also Fernando for being a part of this moment in this podcast today to talk a little bit more about this. Again, this whole conference is happening on the 15th and 16th of September, just in a few days, actually. So make sure you jump in here and get involved. You can still register on our website at hope-charities.org. And of course, great fun activities that we're doing throughout the conference. You're going to have a blast. We're giving away gift cards and grand prizes and all kinds of things. And if you have any questions, definitely shoot us an email. We'd be glad to answer that question at events@hope-charities.org. But thank you so much for joining me today for this podcast. And we certainly look forward to seeing you very, 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 very soon. Take care.